And we do appreciate you being here today to help get the truth out. 3 weeks ago when we had a press statement, you may remember, we talked about some things. And one of the things that I said then was that, anytime you have accusations, you have someone that's making the accusations. And there are times when it's true. And when it's true, it's absolutely horrible for the person who's making the accusations, both because of what they went through, but also because of having to come forward and make statements publicly. But there are also times when it is not true. And when it's not true, then it's equally horrible for the person that it's said about. And I remember the day that the accusations were made. I didn't get to see Judge Moore in person, but I saw him on TV. He came out of church. He was with his wife, and he was with his mom. And I'll never forget the look on his mom's face when they walked out. So this has been horrible. It's been absolutely horrible for Judge Moore, his wife, his mom, his daughter, his sons, his granddaughters, his friends, his church members, people across the state of Alabama that have known him for so long. And again, I've known him for 24 years. Been in over 100 meetings with him. I've been around over 10,000 women in his presence, and not once have I ever seen him act remotely inappropriate. Not one time. And that's the man that I know. And we hoped back then that when you have allegations that are 40 years old, that somehow something can come out to prove that it's not true. Well, guess what? It has. In this case, it has. Back on November 13th, you remember Gloria Allred and her client, Beverly Young Nelson, held a press conference. What they said then was either a lie, what they said today, or what they said today was a lie. And the voters are going to have to decide, were they lying then, or are they lying now, or do the voters think they've been telling the truth all along? But here's what they said. Beverly Nelson says he, referring to Judge Moore, she says, he wrote in my yearbook. He wrote in my yearbook. And then she wrote it out. She gave the full quote, and she said that it was signed by Roy Moore, Old Hickory House, Roy Moore, D.A. Gloria Allred then repeated it. And we're going to give these notes out to you. And I want you, members of the media, please verify it yourselves. Look at the press conference video. We'll give you the marks where they started, what they said, where they completed. Please look at it yourselves. Because Gloria Allred repeated that statement that everything written in the yearbook was written by Judge Moore. Gloria Allred came back again at the end when asked a question, with her client, Beverly Nelson, nodding in agreement that everything written on that page was written by Judge Moore. Well, today, it's a different story, isn't it? They're not saying that anymore. They're saying that parts of it were not written by Judge Moore. We suspected it back then, and we demanded that they turn over the yearbook so that we could test the ink, test the writing, and test everything. We renew that demand today, release the yearbook, so that an independent expert, not your paid expert, an independent expert, a neutral third-party custodian, can take it and look at the ink so that we can find out, is the ink a month old or is it 40 years old? The truth is out there, and until she releases the yearbook, all we know is they're not telling the truth and they've lied. And under the Alabama pattern jury instructions, it tells a jury, if you believe that a witness has lied in anything, you can disregard everything they've said. So again, Gloria Allred, release the yearbook.